Good morning, good afternoon, and welcome to another episode of Random Trek. I am your musically inclined captain, Christopher Ingle. But today, my first officer is off on an extended away mission. And so I thought it'd be fun to start looking out into the world beyond official canon. Start looking at some things that the fans create, because we are fans, and kind of make our own determinations whether we like it or not. But collectively, we can all agree that Star Trek the Motion Picture, while it had a lot of amazing ideas, was missing one very crucial element: musical numbers. And so, thanks to Triangulum Audio Studios on YouTube, they created kind of a concept album for themselves of what if Star Trek the Motion Picture were done as a musical. The source talking about musicals, I had to bring one of my good friends here. You love him. He's been here multiple times before, beating up Khan, and of course fake Khan. It's Chris Skywalker Dohmen. Dohmen, how you doing?
Beating up Khan. I'm gonna have to remember that. Fair enough. Yeah, I look forward to talk about some fan content because I myself definitely have a long history of Star Trek fan content where I argue there are some series and fan movies that are better than the Paramount produced stuff.
Mm-hmm. And I was intrigued. I was originally going to do this as a reaction, but Doman did check into it and listen to it, and I've listened to it a few times. So we'll just kind of throw our feelings out there as we go. But you will get to hear the unedited songs. We're not going to cut them. We're going to listen to them and then kind of give our reaction at the end of the song. So the very first song on this actually opens up the film. It is the image of the Klingons coming in. And I'll say that this is by far my favorite song. This is my favorite song. It is called A Good Day to Die. I love this. Here we go.
Through the void, stars are out of sight. Cloud is our enemy, we bring the fight tonight. Engines roar like thunder, blades of light will fly. Klingon hearts are burning, today we can't deny. Today is a good day to die, warriors rise and touch the sky. Today is a good day to stand, honor's call we understand. Ahead, cloud that shrouds of fear. Klingons never falter, the final frontier. Battle cruisers swarm, no retreat, no lies. Power surging forward, courage never dies. Today is a good day to die, warriors rise and touch the sky. Today is a good day to stand, honor's call we understand. Surging forward, courage never dies. Today is a good day to die. Warriors rise and touch the sky. Warriors rise and touch the sky. Today is a good day to stand. Honor's call we understand. Honor's call we understand.
Sir, it's on a precise heading for Earth.
All right, so that was A Good Day to Die. What'd you think, Dohmen?
So I'm not going to disparage what must have still been hours of work that went into putting together a song like this. But I will say, if you're trying to, and this is just some constructive criticism to the good folks who made it, but I personally feel as a songwriter who has spent many years working in audio engineering with all kinds of projects, whether that's with acoustic instruments in an analog setting or digital instruments in a digital recording environment. One thing that I think can help your product overall is to find a sound that, even if it is completely digital, you still want to feel organic.
Right.
And that's the one thing about the song that, like, I really appreciate what they were trying to go for, because, hey, Klingons and heavy metal, that's,
it works. It does work.
It's chocolate and peanut butter. Yeah, it works. I would just say, though, if that's the aesthetic you're trying to go for, then I would say try to commit more to it. Bring in some actual electric guitars, bring in some, acoustic or, more acoustic sounding drums versus, the drums that are in the track as it is.
Right. It was a little repetitive too.
It was. And that's something that we're going to be, that I'm going to be saying throughout the rest of this is that, it does feel like the songs could have used a trim. Yeah. This one is no different.
But let's put this in the perspective of the Star Trek universe as fans, and obviously musically you have a feeling here. Does this feel like a song that would fit in a Star Trek musical about Klingons?
On a conceptual level, yes. On a conceptual level, in final execution, I would personally say no.
Yeah.
But I like I said, I absolutely do see what the creators were going for and what the intention was, and I feel like they almost got there, almost.
I mean, for me, it definitely rocked hard. There's no question about that. To me, I heard it, and I was like, I was getting into it, I was feeling it, and then we're quoting Worf or any other insert Klingon here, but the point is, I love it. Today is a good day to die. Yeah, that would be a song, wouldn't I? Love it.
Yeah.
So, and I get it.
Yeah.
But that's only the opening of the film. Klingons are barely a couple minutes of this epically long film. All right, so the next song is what I always call the glory shot. This is when Kirk is coming up and seeing the new Enterprise for the first time, the refit. It is called the Grand Reveal.
A starship reborn in the sky, gleaming bright, ready to fly. Her hull of white, strength untold, legacy she will uphold. 18 months of redesign, the starship is divine. New features glowing with pride, through the cosmos she will glide. Enterprise, we see your dawn, from the night you have withdrawn. Beauty that cannot be tamed, every star will know your name. With Kirk she'll reunite, in her wake pure starlight, boldly going where no one dares. Infinite worlds she freely shares. Standing proud, strong and secure, her design so pure. Now Kirk will take command, together they will stand. Bridge lights twinkle, soft and fine, crew together perfectly in line. Engines roar, her journey begins. Against the odds, she always wins. Enterprise, we see your dawn. From the night you have withdrawn. Beauty that cannot be tamed. Every star will know your name. With Kirk she'll reunite. In her wake, pure starlight.
Okay. So when I listen to this one, I listen to a lot of modern worship music. I really do. And I feel that this song followed the South Park rules. There was an episode where Cartman wanted to get a record, a gold record, and the tip that he was given was just to take a pop song and replace the word baby with God or Jesus. This really felt like a worship song. And it kind of even had the rhythm and the cadences that you expect in a modern worship song. But instead, we're replacing it with Enterprise and Kirk. Am I wrong here?
Nope. Yeah, that's where this song it had a little bit of a hard time sticking with me because like it felt like it was trying to do, or it felt like it should have done more for such an important moment in the film. Because like, you know, you think back on the original film and how like the music just keeps building and building and swelling until you actually that grand reveal, and that's when you got ba 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 ba, and like it's almost like this song was trying to be the antithesis of that. It's anti-hype, and for such an important moment, it's like, why would you do that?
But it's positivity. It gets through that scene a lot faster than the movie does.
You're not wrong.
Order to fast forward. Fast forwarding, sir. Fast forwarding, sir. Come on. Little nostalgia critics baseball's humor there. But you know what? I mean, I still like, okay, if I take the lyrics as repetitive as it is, it totally fits the Enterprise as a hero.
Oh, sure.
You know,
sure.
I love that. Like, this is the hero ship. When you think Star Trek, this is what you think of. You know, and I love that they take the dialogue that Decker explains, 18 months and all the work they put into, and, she's going to make a difference. And the reality is, she is. She is the Enterprise.
Yeah.
I like it, but yet I see the inherent flaws that are in it. I think it works, but only just barely. It's not something I would probably listen to multiple times,
Understood.
All right. So let's go to the next one. This is when they first try to go to warp and they create a wormhole effect. The song is just called Emergency.
Lights are flashing all around. Engines roaring, burning loud. Crew is frantic, voices shout. Survival is in doubt. About. Space is tearing right apart. Ship is shaking, danger start. Stars are spinning, bending through. Wormhole problems, what to do? Emergency. call. Emergency, emergency, the fall. Emergency, break the fall. We need a hero and the please. Emergency, emergency. Throughout captains leading eyes of steel. Death's countermand is real. Admiral Kirk is so annoyed, but the asteroid destroyed. War core failed, dismal sight. Crew is working through the night. Hope is almost at an end. We could really use a friend. Emergency, emergency, hear the call. Emergency, emergency, the fall. Emergency, break the fall. We need a hero answer, please. Emergency, emergency. Emergency, emergency. Throughout. Hear the call. Emergency, emergency, the fall. Emergency, break the fall. We need a hero answer, please. Emergency, emergency. Hear the call. Emergency, hear the call.
Okay. He seems to like this heavy metal sound. What do you think?
So I'm someone who can appreciate the band Blue Stahli. I don't know if you're familiar with them. They tend to lean more into doing a style of heavy metal that is almost like a heavier 3 Days Grace, but also incorporates a little bit of an electronic and industrial sound, sort of akin to like a heavier 9 Inch Nails sort of sound.
That's exactly what I was going to say. 9 Inch Nails. That's what I was getting.
Except, Blue Stahli would do this much better. And they actually do also tackle themes of sci-fi and artificial intelligence, which, I don't know why I wouldn't just be listening to that in place of what's going on here. It's not a case of like, I'm saying like, oh, this is like, again, conceptually bad, but it feels like some of these songs maybe could have used a little bit more of that organic sound.
Yeah, I laughed a little bit at the rhyme, the triple rhyme of Kirk is annoyed. Just then there's the asteroid that gets destroyed. I'm like, I was laughing. That was kind of stupid.
Yeah. Like it
has I mean, does it accomplish in terms of, does it feel like an emergency? Does it feel tense? And yeah, it kind of does. They fit the music style to the moment really well, but where they fail in this is that this song is supposed to lead into the next song where you heard them say, we need help. We need help, which if you're going to bridge songs musically, there has to be an organic connection between the two. You've got to have a reason for it. So the next song is Welcome Back, Spock.
And this is one of the ones I like.
This is what he likes, yeah.
Welcome back. We weren't expecting you here. Welcome back. We were in desperate need, and you reappear. With your brilliant mind and pointy ears, you've arrived back on board to allay our fears. Welcome You're back where you belong. Welcome back, spark. Through the fog we see the dawn. Welcome back, spark. You're back where you belong. Welcome back, spark. Through the fog we see the dawn.
All right, since you seem to like this one, I'll let you have the first word.
It's a gay pastiche of disco. Because, like, if the song is meant to be sung from Kirk's perspective, which it sounds like, you know, the voice is trying to do, assuming that someone actually did sing this song.
It's using dialogue directly from Kirk, too.
Yeah. And, like, Kirk and Spock are, like, the original ship. Let's not kid ourselves. So the subtext is there. I'm just saying. This very much... And again, if you're going to borrow from that sort of disco, borderline mix of disco and 80s, you know, mainstream pop aesthetic, it's not even subtle with the gay coding. It's not even subtle. So, yeah, why not? Do it. And it's going to be even more apparent a couple songs from now, but yeah.
It definitely has that 80s vibe to it. I'm getting a little bit of Culture Club, a little Boy George, a little of this, little of that in it. But I gotta admit, even as repetitive as it was, I was kind of getting into the rhythm of it, you know? Welcome back, Spock. It kind of sticks there a little bit, a little earworm. So it's a good job there. Good job there. All right, so the next one is our ballad. Gotta have a ballad, right? And of course, we have the love story between Decker and fake Ilea. That's a whole other thing. But anyway, so yeah, the ballad that we get.
I'm a probe lost in space, searching for that human grace, not just circuits, steel and wire. I've got feelings, I've got fire, programmed to find my home in the void. I feel alone. Decker's eyes, they calm my storm. In his love, my heart is warm. I'm not just metal, not just code. Feelings in me overflowed. In the stars, I seek my light. In this love, I find my plight. Endless data scans my mind, yet it's Decker's love I find. Files and numbers can't replace that human touch, his warm embrace. Why am I trapped inside this frame? Feeling love but locked in pain. Programmed for a mission grand, but it's his heart I understand. I'm not just metal, not just
So this one, to me, I get a very heavy Broadway ballad vibe. Like it's right in the middle. We're getting this first person perspective from her. But this is where I really don't feel it fits to the character of Ilea.
No. And I understand that they, what they were trying to do was go for the probe itself, try to get into V'ger's actual head.
Mm-hmm.
But this and this is just me. But I feel like if that was the approach you were going for, and you want to have it be still through Ilea, have it start off as completely organic, and then as the song continues, then synthesize and make the voice more electronic. Because again, I do have to ask if someone actually sang this song. With as it is, I don't feel that despair, that tension, that sadness.
Mm-hmm.
It just doesn't come across, if that makes sense.
It doesn't feel earned.
No.
It's not there. And again, I'm almost in my head as I'm thinking of this, mind you. So this is on YouTube. So there is a music video they create to it. I'm not taking that into account, just listening to it. I can almost imagine somebody coming front stage center. They've got the spotlight and singing it as she's walking around, and there's confusion. And like, this totally feels like, what was it? Burn in Hamilton with Eliza, or Wicked. There's a single ballad that she does as well, that Elphaba does, but it's got that feel, that standard Broadway feel to it, but it feels more obligatory for the sake of the type of song than it does the story and the character. I mean, the story's there. You and I know that. It's there in the story, but using a song to tell that part of the story feels misplaced.
Yeah. At least as it is.
Yeah.
There's a way that you could do this, but yeah, I don't think that was done as well as it could have been.
Yeah. All right. So the next one is going to be the hit. Everyone's going to love this. Do the Spock walk. There's going to be a dance and everything. I'm feeling it. I feel it with a title like that. So this, just to clear, this is when Spock leaves the Enterprise to try to interact with the V'ger probe, or the V'ger with V'ger. He's trying to mind meld and interact with it to find out its needs and purposes.
Starship hums in empty space. Spock walks in a calm embrace. V'ger's heart, its darkest trace. He sees truth that he must face. Journey deep where cosmos span. V'ger's tales of distant lands. Robot planet built the cloud. Spock needs to shout it loud. To the Spock walk in the night. To the Spock walk with the light. Through the stars in endless flight. To the Spock walk, feel the sight. Mind meld strong, thoughts collide. V'ger's tale, no room to hide. Back through time and space they slide. Spock returns to Jim Kirk's side. Eyes wide open, memories blend. He tells of what he comprehends. Mysteries unraveled bends. From the stars where space extends. To the Spock walk in the night. To the Spock walk with the light. Through the stars in endless flight. To the Spock walk, feel the sight.
Wow. You know, here's the thing. When McCoy first comes onto scene and he's like, I've been drafted, and he looks like a Bee Gees reject.
Yeah.
I feel like I should dance to this song wearing that outfit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
What do we think of the Spock walk?
Copy and paste what I said about
Yep.
the last Spock song, Welcome Back Spock. It's very disco, it's very gay. I love it.
And here's the thing. Spock plays the lyre. We know he's a musician. We've heard him in Strange New World. Disco is not the era I would think of Spock. Although I have images in my head of Spock you'd think he goes to the holodeck to meditate. No. I bet he's doing a disco karaoke with the Bee Gees.
Well,
Totally.
I was about to say, like, did you not see Strange New World, Subspace Rhapsody? Like, his song was basically born out of New Wave, which was the direct follow-up to disco. So it's like, yeah, no, I think it makes a little more sense than we realize. But yeah,
it's fun, and it's fun. I wish okay. This is how I know there's digitized elements here. That horn section, which I love horn sections, I really do. I can tell the difference between a digitized and a real horn, and clearly it's digitized. It's a little thing. Give me a real horn, man. Come on, you couldn't find a horn player? Somebody?
Yeah.
Even maybe a clarinet. Play out a clarinet, something. Anyway, it's fun.
Yes.
Something Spock is not. All right, moving on. Next is the grand finale, which is not the last song, but it is the grand finale of everything as everything culminates together. Let's go.
Brave ahead in the void where dreams are led. Feed your calls with silently. Together now they are set free. Lights and shadows everywhere. Features yearning fills the air. Man and machine in cosmic dance. Earth is saved by a romance. Beyond the stars they will soar. Into the cosmos they explore. Enterprise ready, so bold. Adventures in the dark unfold. Hearts will fist and join as one. Love a savior in everyone. Unity in the vast unknown. A hero's tale now fully grown. Trek across the endless sky. Kirk and crew are flying high. Enterprise with life renewed. Mission starts with hope in you. Stars ignite the path they tread. Future waiting just ahead. Alien voices, ancient lore. Universe calls out for more. Beyond the stars they roar. Beyond the stars, beyond the storm. Beyond the stars they will soar. Into the cosmos they explore. Enterprise ready, so bold. Adventures in the dark unfold. Beyond the stars they will soar. Into the cosmos they explore. Enterprise ready, so bold. Adventures in the dark unfold. Beyond the stars they will soar. Into the cosmos they explore. Explore. Enterprise ready, so bold. Adventures in the dark unfold.
Okay. I gotta unpack this. Do you remember Gallivant?
The show with the singing knights that
Yes.
actually had people singing the song.
Yes. This felt like a Gallivant song to me. And yet it kind of hit, it kind of hits the theme of space exploration, adventures in store. I thought it did. Now, its execution of its quality is a whole other question, but I kind of got with it. I was just going with it. Adventures in
I'm
Store.
so glad you did.
Oh wow, it's not the way I would have ended my musical extravaganza.
Frankly speaking, it's too happy.
Yeah.
Because, like, yeah, sure, there's the positive, there's the hopefulness of, oh, we saved the day. Oh, we might have just seen a new form of life happening in front of our eyes. That's cool. But remember, it came at the cost of Captain PDF file and as well as Ilea. It's like, this came at a cost, so there's a bitter sweetness to it.
I'm sorry, I just got that, Captain P. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well done, sir.
Thank you, sir. Not my joke, but I'm glad to spread it around when I can. But yeah, no, it's bittersweet, and a grand finale for this film. Honestly, the fact that they didn't even try to do something like that's a missed opportunity, and it's bothered me. It still bothers me with this, because like there is something cool you could have done with that, or at least if you are going to try to start a beat, then start a beat, but then break off into a midsection that reminds us of that sacrifice.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, no, this is
well, we do have one more. This is the end credits song. It's just that it goes on during the end credits.
And look up, they need you now. Stars are calling, hear the sound. Galaxies fade on the line. Time to rise and shine. USS Enterprise and new, shining bright and dreamlike you. Reborn, she stands proud and grand. Take a man, that's the plan. Star Trek into the void, beyond Earth every soar, stopping the clouds, dark spread, lighting the stars once more. Warp speed to deep unknown, through the void where no one's gone. With courage we face each dawn. Adventures lead us on. Crew is gathered to defend. Starfleet's legends will ascend. Familiar faces in the fray, ready to save the Federation's day. But can they Star Trek into the void? Beyond Earth as we soar, stopping the clouds, dark spread, lighting the stars once more.
There's your guitar riff.
Deep unknown, through the void where no one's gone. With courage we face each dawn. Adventures lead us on. Whoa! Warp speed to deep unknown, through the void, stopping the clouds, dark spread, lighting the stars once more, lighting the stars once more.
Now that wasn't half bad.
no. Throw a human voice on top of that. That would have been a really solid closer.
I agree. I could see it in the credits of a movie.
Sure.
Absolutely. So I think it's fair to say that Star Trek, the motion picture, the musical, doesn't really work.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't, unfortunately.
But you know what? This is the point of watching it. I love the fact that fans care enough that they want to try to do different things, and aren't afraid to try it. And AI generated or not, real voices or not, it's fun. at least for a little bit. And isn't that part of us watching Star Trek, is that we get to have fun for a little bit?
Well, see, here's the thing, Ingle. Rather than give what I well and truly think about this project, I'd like to make a recommendation to the lovely listeners at home. So, much like Ingle will probably speak for himself, I have a long history of watching fan projects of my favorite franchises, Star Trek, of course, being one of them. And one of my favorites that I used to watch all the time back in high school and early college was from a channel that was called New Voyages. And essentially what the purpose of this channel was they had access to old script and old script ideas for what was supposed to be Star Trek Phase 2, which the motion picture was originally supposed to be. It wasn't supposed to be a film. It was originally going to be a continued TV series that was supposed to continue the adventures of the crew from the original series with some additional characters. And because they decided to opt for a movie instead, those scripts were abandoned until these awesome fans got together and put in their own money, their own time, their own visual effects, as well as get pretty decent actors to play the iconic roles of Scotty, Uhura, Kirk, Spock, and everyone else. And they came up with they had a really good production value. Was it on par with stuff like what we were getting at the time, the later episodes of DS9 or Enterprise or Voyager? No. In fact, production value wise, it actually felt pretty close to the original series given the budget restraint they had to work with. However, again, the stories they crafted were incredible. One of my personal favorites being episode 4, titled World Enough and Time, which actually saw George Takei come back into his role as Hikaru Sulu as an older version of the character. And I swear to God, no hyperbole, it is the best performance he ever gave as the character.
Mm-hmm.
And this is from a non-Paramount production.
Yeah. You know what I was thinking of in that vein is when it started out, it was Star Trek Renegades. Another fan fiction that brought back Nichelle Nichols, Tim Russ, and Walter Koenig together until Paramount sued everybody and said, no fan fiction anymore. It cannot have that. So they did Star Trek Renegades, but then changed it to where it was just Renegades. But still, Tim Russ, they still were a part of it. They just couldn't be those characters anymore. It was stupid. That being said, fan fiction or fan created content can be really good quality, can be really fun. And you know what? To the studio that made this, Triangulum Audio Studios, they do really great analysis, really great character looks at the ships, like really in depth. You can tell they're fans. And there's no question in my heart that these guys created this with love. They did. They love what they do. And, I'm glad we got to listen to it. We didn't necessarily like it, but we don't have to like everything that anyone ever creates. But it's really great that we get to share in these experiences.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, it comes down to the thing of the fact that, there was the amount of time that would have been needed to put this out there, and to have the confidence in the product itself to put it out there in the first place. Hats off. But, maybe for constructive criticism for the future, in case the folks at Triangulum hear this, maybe try to be a little less digital with the construction of things, as it were. Mm-hmm. The audience will appreciate it.
So much so. All right. Well, Dohmen, thank you for joining me on this this episode of Random Trek, where we didn't get to look at any actual Trek, just some fan creations. Oh, you got anything to plug?
Yeah. Finally, after months of setbacks, my band Last Shot Redemption has just released our debut single, "Speak Your Piece." You can go download it and check it out on all music streaming platforms. That is, once again, "Speak Your Piece." You can also follow us on all social media, TikTok and Instagram at Last Shot MN.
Awesome. But of course, you can find us regularly on Page Turners They Were Not, where Brennan hosts not only this podcast, as well as Star Wars podcasts, and anything in the in-between that we tend to look at. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter at cingle1984. And next week, we will be taking a look at, let's see, where are we at next week? I believe that next week is movie night here on the ship. Yes, it is. See, we always have to look at the map. So next week is movie night, where we are going to be taking a look at the 1999 cult classic, The Matrix. I would call it a cult classic. I don't know. Started
There's
a
nothing
cult.
cult about it. It's one of those popular films the last 25 years.
Started a cult.
That's true.
But it is a classic, modern otherwise. So we're going to take a look at The Matrix. And then the week after that, it's Animated Week, where we take a look at quite a few animated episodes in the Star Trek canon. But as always, we end every episode, Qapla', live long and prosper.
Take care.